got a flow so deep, bro. They feel it in their sleep. Not just to pacify your sheep, God they pray their souls to keep. Best to keep opinions about picking sides at the picket. Count the wicked times, lied about supply is out, punch your ticket. Ousted by the final rounds, bailed out by the owners. These rappers can't be voters. Chief will have your pardon for our turnouts. Pop collar, top dollar, pull the cork up or the hawk taller. Bop you on the head till your knees lock. Put the hood on the map. Put the map on the hood and ride through so many places to hide you. I never go nowhere without my UK drill rap and my sport Billy backpack. Bro is silly with the knapsack, bringing that boom bap to rap to. Fall back, we got you. Mr. Sniffles hot shoe. Look at you now, peep me, I'm peaking at 43, really something to see, so get like me. Flow so deep with vertical X beats. Heads is catching vertigo as the high as it gets. If you're betting, place your bets. Sweets to diabetes, cake mob, everything is treats. Growing where it's seedy, throwing up the big graffiti. Metro Transit police can't seem to see me. In the day they played it, get the up along the subway, walk it out. With your pocket out, you got beef, wanna talk it out? What's all the clicking bout? We all some magic like some Wiccans now. Slap a kitten out their mittens now. Bro is tripping, but it's fitting, cause the image and visuals is written on the walls. Characters, and these trolls love to entertain trolls. They throw stones in the well and rob the coins. Flow so deep with my Africans. Flow so deep, float so far. Flow so deep, float so far. Flow so deep and you float so far. You float so far, you forget where you are. Flow so deep and you float so far. Flow so deep and you float so far. Flow so deep and you float so far. And you float so far, you forget where you are. Flow so deep, float so far. Flow so deep, you float so far. Flow so deep and you float so far. When you float so far, you forget where you are. Flow so deep and you float so far. Flow so deep and you float so far.
I vanish to feel what the voids confide. The spirit bends as the ego divides. Death ain't a word, it's a wound that speaks. Silence builds altars for the humble who seek. Mountains of ether, mortals bleed unseen. Prune hollow MCs, they dust feeds the seeds. That seeds birth to Yggdrasil's roots. Chanting life spells while Dwarven Smith forge smiths. The shadows tell. In orbit holes, craft and cosmos blend. Flying saucers drift through realms that twist and bend. Between the real and the ether's veiled regime, my tongue rhymes in wavelengths where prophets dream. Sacred mushrooms ascend through empyrean skies. Blue butterfly of passage, wings of cryptic dye. Red roses savage, wasp stings the enigma of pain. False bouquet of existence, better to bleed than feign. A dagger sleeps in vows unbroken, jesting in shadow's tone. Bitcoin chains, pit pockets leave the ledgers prone. Dancing through the fires of greed, grief and sorrow, till Babylon burns for the brighter tomorrow. Sip from tinctures of silence, hierophants kneel. They tongue carved in ciphers no mortal can steal. Eons drips like wax from a candle's firmament. Shadow reads runes, time for God to invent. Chalice brim with obsidian despair, drinking the geometry of grief, fractals of prayer. Each syllable a talisman, every verse a seal. Bending cosmic law till the void learns to kneel. Through the apophatic labyrinth of laws, silence devours serpentine's gore. The tongue wields enzos like a scimitar sway, fracturing aeolian whispers that lose their way. Cataclysmic cliff bleeds on the vellum of night. Phantasm chiaroscuro sing secrets from sight. I sip the elixir of quintessence, bittersweet obscuse. Each word a lodestar in arcane's recluse. Doctrine carved in tremulous quarks unseen, weaving esoterica as mortals tread between. lingering within a dead clock's through pendulum mid-breath, forgetting its oath baptized in death. The gears hum psalms in horologic trance, while time bleeds backwards in glassy dance, and atlastic mirrors fold nights into a name, each reflection birthing its opposite flame. The palimpsest of hours rewrites my skin, chaos ink what order had been. Beyond the numerous veil, quiet laughter scales the divine. A hand stirs the cosmic seam, wrapping the spine of time. Light bends through becoming a dream, dust adrift within cosmos stream. The pendulum halts, yet are still real, lost in breath, the time that conceal.
Vast the yet to come, sustain the balancing scale in the drownman's plane. Pencil define the diagram stenciled in charcoal, entrusting the stone that bleeds overthrow the temple, but only for times and times and time. Measuring veins, inscribe the spirit of the cathedral arcs. Pentagram and rock circumference, the stubborn underneath the rock. In our triangular combustion through the Cambridge flux. Masons through the nave echoing what the protector protracts. Be well aware of prisms, lit at any time we should let out as leaking vessels. French utensils, curved numeric in helicoid, drawn on the bone of a map. Do I spiraline words or trace the golden mean? A compass with cancer, measured in radiant contour lines. Grids, lines, pencils through liquid mercury parchments, causing a tumor. Each calculation traps blurry children that struggle to breathe through plastic they are wrapped in.
Flow so deep and float so far. Flow so deep, you float so far. Flow so deep and you float so far. And you float so far you forget where you are. Flow so deep and you float so far. Flow so deep and you float so far. Flow so deep and you float so far. And you float so far you forget where you are.